create a new project, if you love HEX, you love PulseChain, all this stuff, why would you create another project? Like, why wouldn't you put all of your love, all of your heart, soul, and energy into those? And I think it comes down to a few different things. New ideas. So there are some very creative people in the community, and it takes a very creative mind to buy into, the Richard Heart ecosystem. You have to, especially if you're only been in it a year or two, you're going to have to look past the fashion shows, all the stuff, all the shenanigans that go on, all the outrage marketing, all that stuff. Especially if you haven't been early, you got to look past a lot of that stuff and get into the nitty gritty of what he's talking about. So we have those type of people in the community, and they have a new idea and they want to try it out. I think that's one reason. Another is they see a way to add value by solving some sort of problem, or just creating something that just has some kind of confluence, has some kind of complementary effect to the ecosystem. For example, Maximus. You're doing a derivative play on the future value of HEX, and you're creating a way to monetize that. It's funny because people say HEX is like how you monetize the value of time, right? It's like the proof of weight instead of proof of stake or proof of work. And then with Maximus, it's like we're monetizing the 5555 stake, basically, and that type of thing. So I think it kind of falls into the creative aspect too, but also a value add in the ecosystem. And the third reason is they want to keep compounding their chances of 10,000x. I think, obviously with the numbers, it's harder for HEX to do a 10,000x from where it is today, even though it's significantly down from its all-time high, than it would be from a new project that has all these other fundamentals built in too. Now, I still believe HEX will do another 10,000x, but it'll be on a longer time scale than 18 months, I do believe. And obviously with the market cap and all the other metrics you can look at, it's just harder to do in general. So I think people are looking for the next 10,000x. And if they're looking, why not keep it in the Richard ecosystem? Why not have the HEX, have the PulseChain? I kind of think that even Richard talked about this before. HEX being like buying HEX is like getting into Bitcoin when it first came out. And I like to think of that. I can have this vision of the ecosystem being HEX is Bitcoin. Eventually, it'll be that that trusted long-term store value. For example, depending on which way you subscribe, let's just say it that way for this example. And then PulseChain could be that Ethereum, and then PulseX, obviously Uniswap. And then we have replacements for all the other traditional cryptos, Litecoin, Dogecoin. It used to be Augur. I don't know if it still exists. The rep coin where they did the bets. You could do like decentralized betting and stuff like that. Not sure if that still exists, but it was very popular back then, especially 2016, 2017, 2018 time period. Those can be replaced with Hedron, Maxi, all these different projects like that. So I think that those are the three reasons. I think people, they love HEX, they love PulseChain. But there's so many good ideas and so many value adds and so many different ways to get another 10,000x that, you got to be tempted to look for it, go for it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's a good synopsis of kind of where we're at in the ecosystem as a whole. And we can't rely on Richard for everything to create all of the awesome crypto projects. He's instilled an ethos into his community. Decentralized admin keyless, immutable smart contracts, and now the original. Well, I think we're really seeing the people who are building on top of the HEX ecosystem. A lot of them are like day one or day zero OGs, and they've been kind of inoculated with these principles from the early days, seen the monetary rewards of it. And then it's been kind of soaking in their subconscious for almost 3 years now. And now we're starting to see the fruits of those mental processes coming to fruition through these derivative products, through different platforms, like Mintra, Liquid Loans. They're building with these same principles. And so now we're kind of getting, if HEX was Gen 0, the thing that birthed it all, we're seeing Gen 1 of the true crypto first principles starting to manifest, and we have the perfect playground with PulseChain to do these things, where we're not inhibited by gas fees, where we can create, be creative, and expand to our heart's desire without having to worry about paying middlemen, paying miners an absorbent amount of money just to operate.